The incredible true power of holy water, 3 documented events of exorcism and protection. Have you ever walked into a church, dipped your fingers into the cool, smooth water of the font, and made the sign of the cross? It's a ritual for most of us, something we do almost without thinking. But what if I told you that this simple, blessed water is one of the most powerful spiritual weapons ever given to us? A weapon against darkness, against fear, against evil itself. Today, we're not talking about legends. We're diving into 3 documented incredible events where holy water wasn't just a symbol, it was a shield, a sword, and a miracle. These are stories that will strengthen your faith and maybe, just maybe, change how you see that little font by the door forever. Our first story comes from a woman named Anna, a mother of 3 from Ohio. It wasn't in a grand cathedral, it was in her own suburban home. For weeks, her family had been experiencing what they called a heavy feeling. Doors would creak open in the night. The kids complained of bad dreams. A pervasive sense of anxiety had settled in their hearts. They felt watched. One evening, the feeling was overwhelming. Anna was praying the rosary in her living room, her knuckles white on the beads. The air felt thick, cold. Her dog was growling at a dark corner of the room, its fur standing on end. She felt a primal fear, a terror that was more than just nerves. And then she remembered. She remembered the little bottle of holy water her grandmother had given her, blessed by their parish priest. It had been sitting on her dresser for years, a forgotten souvenir. With a trembling hand, she went and got it. It wasn't a dramatic gesture. It was a desperate, hopeful plea. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, she whispered, and she began to sprinkle it around the doors, around the windows, in the corners of the children's rooms. And then she sprinkled it in that dark corner where the dog was growling. And nothing happened, not at first. But then, Anna described it. The pressure just lifted. The coldness in the room vanished, replaced by a gentle warmth. The dog stopped growling, tilted its head, and lay down with a sigh. The heavy, oppressive atmosphere was gone. It was just her home again, peaceful, safe, protected, all from a few drops of water, blessed by a priest and applied with a flicker of faith. A simple, powerful testament to the Church's teaching that holy water remits venial sin and drives away evil spirits. Our second account takes us out of the home and into the chilling, documented realm of formal exorcism. This story is drawn from the diaries of priests involved in the case of Clara Germana Kelle, a young schoolgirl in South Africa in the early 1900s. Her case is one of the most well-documented in church history. Clara was profoundly oppressed. She would exhibit terrifying strength, speaking in languages she never learned, displaying a knowledge of hidden things, and had a violent aversion to anything holy. The priests used the full rites of the church, but one of the most dramatic moments involved holy water. During one session, as the priest recited the prayers of exorcism, he took the aspergillum and flung holy water toward the tormented girl. And what happened next was witnessed by multiple people. The holy water didn't just annoy the entity, it burned it. Witnesses reported seeing the holy water sizzle and steam as it touched Clara's skin, as if it were hitting a red-hot stove. The demon within her would scream in agony, a sound not of this world, a raw, furious roar of pain and hatred. It wasn't the water itself. You see, it was the blessing upon it, the grace of God invoked by the church that the evil spirit could not endure. Each drop was like a searing brand of divine light against the darkness. It was a physical, visible sign of the intense spiritual battle raging for that girl's soul, and a stunning demonstration of why the church calls holy water a sacramental. But perhaps the most mind-blowing story of all doesn't come from a private home or a secret exorcism. It comes from a public square, and it involved hundreds of people. This third event is attributed to the ministry of the great apostle of the Eucharist, Saint Peter Julian Aymar. The story goes that he was preaching in a town fiercely opposed to the Catholic faith. A mob had gathered, angry and jeering, determined to drive him out and silence him. They began to advance, their faces contorted with rage. The situation was turning violent. Father Aymar had no weapons, no guards, just his faith. And in that moment, he didn't retreat. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small vial of holy water. He turned to the advancing mob, raised the vial, and made the sign of the cross over them with it, calling upon the Holy Trinity. And then something miraculous happened. The entire crowd, hundreds of people, stopped dead in their tracks. The anger, it just melted from their faces. The jeers died on their lips. The violent intent vanished, replaced by a profound, unsettling silence. And then, one by one, they fell to their knees, right there in the dust of the street. The holy water had not driven them back in fear. It had converted them on the spot. It had instantly poured grace into their souls, disarming their hatred and opening their hearts to God's love. From a murderous mob to a congregation of penitents in the space of a single, blessed gesture. 3 stories: a home protected, a demon defeated, a mob converted. This isn't magic. This is faith. This is the power of the church's blessing, a power given by Christ himself. That water is a conduit of grace, a physical reminder of our baptism, and a shield against the devil. So, the next time you pass that font, don't just go through the motions. Mean it. Fill a bottle. Bless your home. Bless your children. Keep it by your bedside. You have been given a powerful gift, a weapon of light. Use it. Live without fear, because the same God who calmed the stormy seas with a word has given us a share of that power in something as simple and as incredible as holy water. Go in peace, and may God bless you. And don't forget to take some holy water with you.